Hello, everyone. Dr. Allen here. Hope you're having a great week. Actually, coming to you on the weekend, trying to get this last little bit recorded. Um, so, just to let you know, we're probably a little informal today, but I wanted to get the video out. On this Saturday. So, instead of me talking about my fashion and my hat and all that stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in. Few things that you may have noticed right off the bat this week. I'm actually on the announcement page, and besides catching a few little typos, just so you know, I did send out some stuff if you want to check it out on AI. Uh, we're getting towards the end of the semester, and this seems to be something I'm hearing more and more about. So I wanted to get something out just to share that, even though it's probably not going to be a big part of the class, if I could at least get something out to help you out a little bit, I thought it was kind of important. Um, AI is coming up more and more in classes because obviously it can write papers, it can answer a lot of questions. And that conference I went to a couple weeks ago, I think I sent out a thing that I might be a minute, a day or two behind on email. Please forgive me. That was, I guess, at the end of March. Uh, One of the sessions I went to was on AI. And it was about being proactive instead of reactive with it. And it made me think a little more about it because one of my son's teachers was telling me that they just had an issue where AI wrote a lot of students' papers. Wasn't my son, by the way. But we were just talking at pickup one day. Anyway, with that being said, I wanted to share something. This was the information that I had. And again, it's a lot of information where it looks like it was like an info dump, but the session was pretty good. And I thought if there's anything that might help you all out in the future with AI, feel free to check it out. Um, Truthfully, you might be able to use some AI stuff with the assignment that I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes, but that's on there if you want it. Also, this is something I just shared because the NCAA was going on. Most of these we've talked about, but this is kind of, I guess, what's seen as the big shots of ed tech right now in the world. Most of these we've at least talked about, or we've used. Book Creator is one that it just stands out to me that I have not checked out too much. And Creative Cloud, I know if you're in the art world, a lot of times, and just in general, a lot of people use Creative Cloud. So anyway, that's also another thing that might help out this week with what I'm going to talk about. So I keep hyping it up. Why don't I just go ahead and go to this week? If you go to this week's syllabus, you will notice something. At the very, very, very bottom of the breakdown of the week, the next 2 weeks, we have discussion 10, blog 10, and then it says Canva do. We're going to make things hopefully a little easier for everyone here in a minute. One, we're going to do the discussion. I'm going to post that up and open it this week. Blog 10, I'm going to give everyone credit for. You don't have to worry about it. You'll get the points. They'll be there. Whoop. No problem. That was the sound of me putting the grades in. Because the assignment that I'm going to ask you to do related to Canva is actually similar to a blog. And what I mean by this, most of you did a Canva on the discussion board a few weeks ago. So I was thinking, why am I going to ask everyone to repeat that? So with that being said, if you look here, I had something called Fun Tech, and I've done this assignment before. I wavered this time, but since we did Canva, I thought I'd bring it back. And by the way, because I have Canva on there, I don't mind if you use Canva for one of these. That's the only one that you can repeat, though, and that's if you want to use Canva. So what in the world am I talking about? Let me go here. If you go to this week, and this has not been prettied up yet, I'll do that today, but I wanted to go ahead and get everything going. The assignment, your last real tech assignment is going to be this. It's a fun tech. You're going to pick 2 techs, and you're going to review them on 1 to 4 stars, or if you like Rotten Tomatoes, you can give them a fresh rating or whatever. This is not an end-all be-all list that I've provided below here, but I want you to pick 2 texts that you have not used in this class. So for example, if you did Kahoot but didn't do GimKit, you can do GimKit. If you did Nearpod but not Pear Deck, you can do that. You can do Pear Deck. And this is really, I think, the goal of this assignment, if you were in a discipline or teach a discipline, so we have almost everyone in here is either elementary, art, English, social studies, physical education, art. If I said art, I can't remember. But anyway, you get the gist. Sometimes there's tech that is discipline specific that you may know of, that I don't know of. You may have seen it in the field in some of your field experiences. You are welcome to do the review on that tech. I've provided some lists, but like I know PE is the one that I always think about. A lot of times there's a lot of tech that's used in PE that I am just not familiar with because it's a different setting and the tech is more beneficial. I don't care what type of tech it is. You are welcome to review it. You need to do about 3 to 4 sentences reviewing the tech, give it the stars, and you can just say whether you would use it or not, why you like it, how it could help with the discipline. Just pick any. And like I say, I'll let you do Canva because I have it on the syllabus. But since you did it earlier, I would steer. It would be nice if you steer clear of it, but I won't penalize anyone. If you want to do Google Earth, if you want to check out that book creator, you can go off into something else that we haven't talked about. Or like I say, I was thinking, well, we had GimKit. What are some others? If you did GimKit and you didn't do Kahoot, if you didn't do Quiz, you can do that Quiz. I always like to add that is. So hopefully you get the point of this, but basically just do 2 texts that you haven't done in this class and review them. That's your big tech assignment. I even though it doesn't, the Canva is due next week, I'm going to go ahead and put this under this week. So this is not due though until the 24th, but if you want to go ahead and knock it out, I'm going to let you. Same way with the discussion, I'm going to have it up. I'm just going to leave that week open to the 24th. So you have 2 weeks to get both of these done. And also, before I jump ahead to the other thing, if you look up here, I'm going to leave this stuff up here. Here is a PowerPoint that I went to another conference, the Association of Middle Level Education, or it's basically middle school teachers. They have a ton of texts that are in here. That was the presenter and his family. But if you look here, there's stuff like Freckle, which I don't talk about, Mathagon. You can check any of these out, VoiceFred. There's someone here we have talked about. I'm going so fast. Tiki-Taki, I don't know what that is. PictoChart. Check them out. If you want to try one of these, that's awesome. Booklet, Nearpod Flipgrid now. Flip is on here. Cami. We didn't actually do anything with Cami. I will give Cami a shout out. I think I did earlier this semester, but Cami is one that I know Jefferson County has used a good bit. I've seen before. So if you want to check Cami out on one of your fun texts, basically what I'm saying, we have a very limited time, about 14 weeks to get our texts in. There's so much out there. I want you to fish around and see things that will be beneficial to you and just do the review. But since it's a review, I just didn't see the point in having you do 2. The blog made no sense. So I'm just going to give you the points. So you're basically doing the review and the assignment. That's the assignment for this week. Nothing more, nothing less. Also, and again, you can incorporate in this fun tech if you want. Another session that I went to, and it's becoming more and more of a reality in a lot of things, VR. Nearpod has some VR you can put in there. I believe Paraduck does now. But VR in the classroom, there's different scales of it. The ones that you see on the add-ons, like with Nearpod, are not that in depth. But now I just went to that conference. They were having cheap glasses where you could put on and actually see, and 360 videos. If you want to check some out, here's some sites that I found that have some VR videos that you can look at in 360. You can use these as your fun tech if you want to check them out and review them. Again, no problems. If you know of some VR stuff that you want to do and check out, that's fine. I don't know what schools actually have VR systems in them at this point or not. They're so expensive that I don't know if there's a whole lot that does, or a whole lot of schools that do have it. But I want you to, again, make you aware of it. It's kind of like the AI. I feel like if I don't at least mention it, I'm not totally being fair. So I want you to just know virtual reality stuff is starting to expand a little bit. It may not be refined quite as much as some of the other tech, but it's definitely getting there quick. So that's that. Let's see if I can click that and go there. And I think that is it in this assignment. The last thing I wanted to mention this week is don't forget your Apple certification. A lot of you have already done it. It's been awesome. Anyone that's had any problems with it, I think, has emailed me or stopped by my office and we've got them fixed, situated right away. Just a reminder, Untech and Discussion Board are due on the 24th. That's 2 Sundays, basically. The Apple certification is due on the 26th. That's basically your final. I need to have them by Wednesday at 11:59 just so I can get everyone's stuff in and everything, final grades calculated. The link is here, but if you have any problems completing it or don't understand it, just fire me an email. Sometimes when people email me, I actually send a little, there's like a 2 or 3 minute video that I think sometimes is a little clearer than I am because that's what these people do. I do usually send that, but if you need to, swing by my office. I can show you the links very easily, but they're all here. It's probably, I don't know, time wise, it's the Apple is not too brutal. You have to earn badges, and I think it just takes a few hours to do if you just sit down and do it. You can, I would not recommend it because it costs $10 and you usually have to schedule the test. As long as the test is scheduled, I would count it. But you can do the Google certification level 1 in lieu of the Apple. I will warn you, where the Apple, you get a badge and you get a certificate and it's free and it's a nice thing to put on your portfolio or your resume or your CV or whatever you go by. Uh, the Google certification, you have to wait for your scores. You have to wait to take the test. And I'm not saying, you will definitely, if you pass it, you get all those nice things that you can again put on your resume. The Apple is free though and free right off the bat. So I would recommend doing the Apple, but if you want to do the Google, just let me know. Give me a little heads up. So with all that being said, I just threw a lot at you and I apologize. I had to re-record this because when I was downloading the first video, sans hat and not neon shirt, it crashed. So I had to redo this morning. So don't forget, you have Fun Tech and Discussion 10. And again, with Fun Tech, you can pick any tech that you want, that you think you would use in the class or could potentially use in the class, and review it. And if it stinks, be honest. Again, I don't have any stock in any of these companies that I know of. And also, don't forget Discussion 10. It's the last part of Tech Like a Pirate in your chapter there. And you know, I didn't even talk about the topic, but let me jump in there real quick on Tech Like a Pirate. And there you go. Oh, integrating technology into the class. He talks about that. That is a big one, obviously. So check it out. And you know, what aspects are you most excited that you can use as far as technology in the classroom? Trying to think anything else. Discussion, Fun Tech, Apple certification, Fun Tech, discussion due the 24th, Apple certification due the 26th. Everyone's done an awesome job. Just keep going. And I think I sent out an email in that typo mess that I sent out earlier. I was trying to get it out, but make sure, thanks for your patience. I don't know why I said make sure, but thanks for your patience. The videos take me a little longer to grade. So I should have those done early next week. I'd say Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. And the brainstorming exercises, again, if you do need it, I put this in the email too. If you need an extra day or so, just fire me an email. I know a lot of people go out of town for the holidays, and I won't kid you, I won't have them all graded on Monday. So if you do need an extra day, just email it to me and it's fine. No penalty on Monday. Don't take that as like the following Monday or anything like that. I'm talking just the 11th if you need that time. So with that being said, I think that's it. Sorry if I was a little quick. Like I said, I was downloading this earlier and it crashed. So I had to step away and come back. So that's it. I'll be sending another video before we wrap up everything. And then we're almost done. Unbelievable. Your all's work's been awesome this semester. Thanks for bearing with me. I know I've been all over the place with conferences and getting stuff back and everything like that. So I do appreciate it. Everything should be pretty good, I hope. And I hope everyone's having a good weekend. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But again, Fun Tech discussion due the 24th. Apple certification due the 26th. Have a good weekend. Thanks for bearing with my tech issues, and I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Talk to you later.